Hello, welcome back to the channel. So here I am again. I'm trying to think of new stuff to talk about. So this is one thing that I have wanted to talk about. It was part of the reason why I started this channel and then I never did. So what are those things that you, as a mother, absolutely wish somebody had told you? Now, I there are just things that I honestly wonder why women don't talk about. One, I don't understand why women don't talk more about miscarriages. So at some point in my life, I had a miscarriage. And when I had this miscarriage, I felt really devastated. And I started talking to quite a few friends of mine about it. And it was like almost everybody around me has had at least one miscarriage. And I was like, really? You look so put together. So, when I was all broken, I was feeling so wrong and so useless because I kept thinking, how come they handled it so much better than me? But then not everybody is the same. So I had to learn that. The other thing is, I wish women would talk more about fertility issues. I'm seeing this is happening a lot more, where people are actually talking about struggling with fertility issues. But I remember a time when I used to think that you only need to look at a man to be pregnant. Everybody around me seemed to be getting pregnant. I didn't know that fertility was actually a problem for quite a number of people. Now, let's talk about the pregnancy itself. Do you know there is so much? So recently, I saw this post about a woman who said that pregnancy scares her and that's why she won't have kids. And so many women were just throwing words at her and telling her how inconsiderate she is. And of course, the usual stupidity of, oh, you are born, so you need to give birth. Stupid. Nobody applied to be born. I think we are agreed on that. Now, um, one thing is when you think about pregnancy and when you actually thought, some people that really, really think about things before they do it. If people actually really did take time to really think about pregnancy, we would have very few people. We would have very few pregnant people in the world. For what reason? Number one, pregnancy is hard. Pregnancy is really, really hard. Most of the time, when you're talking about pregnancy, you are talking about your body, somebody coming to live in your body. So, how you sleep changes, how you feel, how you talk, so many things about your body are not yours or not under your control anymore. So you're hosting somebody in your body. Under normal circumstances, when you're walking on the street, you're not afraid of falling because if you fall, what's the worst that can happen? You can break your leg. And now here you're worried about you actually carrying a human being inside you. So you're worried about every single step that you take, right? If you start thinking too much into it. Okay, this person is taking all your nutrients, all your vitamins. Let me tell you, I had never had a cavity in my life until I gave birth. Once I gave birth, all of a sudden, I started having cavities and I had no idea why. So I was talking to the dentist, and the dentist was like, oh, that's very common. And I'm like, what? Yeah, that's very common. Quite a number of women during their pregnancy, they lose so much calcium and it makes their teeth weak. So if you just continue with the same routine that you had, you don't take extra care, then you are prone to caries, which is why many women are advised that after they finish breastfeeding, they should go for dental checkup. Now, some women actually lose teeth, like teeth fall off because of pregnancy. Okay, let's talk about shoes. I had my life made, right? By the age of 24, 25, I had amazing pairs of very high heels and very expensive shoes. They were what size? 36, 37, around there. Okay, got winter. Size of the shoes went up. So I was now at 37, 38, around there. But yeah, got AJ. Now I'm almost a size 40. So now even size 30, 37s don't fit, 38s don't fit. And now so I was like, what if I would have had a third one? Would that have made me, I don't know what size of shoes, you know, I thought it was a myth, but honestly, my feet have become bigger. And it's not just they've become fatter, they've always been fat, but now they're also big. They're fat and big. Okay, let's talk about the stretch marks, of course, and the fact that you might lose weight. You might put on weight that you will never lose. Then there is the good old-fashioned hair falling. This doesn't happen for everybody. It depends on the pregnancy. With Binta, I lost all my hair. With AJ, I got so much hair, and then which fell off after and during breastfeeding. After I finished breastfeeding, but at least by then I had lots. So even the hair that was falling, you couldn't see it. Honestly, do not judge a woman who does not want to have kids because she's scared, because pregnancy is not a joke. Then let's go to the fact that you give birth, you push out, or you have a cesarean, and yeah, you don't get, well, I don't know about every place, but I know in Switzerland you don't get discharged until you've had at least one poop. I don't know what the significance of that is. I really need to figure out. But let me tell you that poop is painful, because either you are stitched, so it's really painful because you feel like the stitch is going to come out, or you had a cesarean, or you are not stitched, and both ways it's painful, that fast poop. Okay, then you have the usual very extremely long and comfortable menstruation. Then another thing that people never tell you, breastfeeding is natural, yes. But you know what? Natural and easy are not the same thing. No, 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 no. No, they're two different things. Natural can be very, very hard. Binta refused to breastfeed, so yeah, that was a different case. But AJ, I struggled. Well, he finally did, but I struggled. And I was determined to breastfeed. I was determined not to use formula. That thing is too expensive. I was really determined. Luckily, he agreed and we succeeded. Okay. Then, is anybody ever going to talk about how when you have the baby, day one is fine. Day two, around day three, I don't know what happens, but it just goes poof, you go into baby blues, right? And what people don't talk about is the fact that this also happens if you have an abortion or if you have a miscarriage. So sometimes you have a miscarriage and you're fine, and then 3 or 4 days later, you can't stop crying, and people just think that you're being overly emotional about, oh, don't worry. But it's not that, it's the hormones. Sometimes you don't even have control over these things, they just have a mind of their own. Okay, then there's the checkup, which is around, I think, 20 weeks, where they tell you if there are any abnormalities. Do people realize how stressful this checkup is when you actually think about it? Because you've been carrying this baby, you've probably started buying things for the baby, you've probably prepared the baby's room. I had a friend who went for this checkup and the baby's brain was not developing properly. So she had to make the difficult decision of terminating the pregnancy, because both ways the baby would have been born and died a few hours later. So she emotionally, she just couldn't carry the baby for the remaining weeks, and then just to see the baby for a few hours and then the baby dies. Now this is a very difficult decision to make, especially the fact that she was such a staunch Catholic, and the idea of an abortion, for her, abortion was murder, and until today she's never forgiven herself. She's just decided that, okay, I killed my last baby, and she stayed. Luckily she already had one child, so she does really, it really does affect her a lot. But what people don't talk about is how stressful this test is, because you're getting an ultrasound, you're being told, okay, this is a problem, this is a problem, this is a problem. When you're told everything is fine, then you're good. But what if? What if? There's always that what if. Okay. Oh yeah, then of course there's the labor pain. I swear that thing hurts from toe to hair. You know what? Women who do it without epidural, they are strong and amazing, and I love them and I feel very great for them. But do not judge us epidural moms. I'm sorry, but somebody's parent paid school fees for this person to go to university, learn and invent an epidural. I am going to respect this person's hustle and use an epidural. Why should I feel pain when I can not feel pain? With Binta, at least I had the labor pain and then they gave me the epidural. AJ, because I was induced, I had the epidural even before the labor pain started. It was if pregnancy was not so hard for me, I would have done another one anyway. So today I'm wearing Dita for work, which is very comfortable. I think I'll be wearing more of this. And then that's it, my people. So have a nice, nice, lovely day and enjoy your day. Don't forget to subscribe and you never know what I'll be talking about soon. It just might be something relevant for you.